65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. I say 78. What do y'all say? Right half of the rod is 78. And that would be, is it mass? Mass would be grams. I don't know why. Oh, I guess they're trying to get you to learn units. I don't know. Some of these homework problems, I don't know. Some of them, I don't know if there's a kindergarten teacher that's putting them in here or what. The mass of the entire rod. If you get this wrong, you shouldn't be in calculus. What is it? Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. 110.5. Okay, nobody's going to talk. Okay, that's fine. Center mass. Well, what would the center mass be? The center mass would be where you've got equal sides, maybe. I don't know. So if you got 78 over here, half would be somewhere in here. Maybe around 10, I don't know. If you took, let's say 10. I'm just going to draw a line right there. Okay, because that's somewhat middle. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you added 18 here, you would get what? 50.5. And if you subtracted 18 here, you would get 60. Okay, so if I subtracted another 10 and added 10, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The middle would be what? 10, 11? I'm coming up with either 10.5 or 11. I would say 11. And that would be grams. I don't think that would be right. The center of mass wouldn't be grams. I'm just going to hit check answer, see what the answer is.
No, it's centimeters. Or whatever it's centimeters.
Centimeters. The length, because center mass is done by length. Think of a seesaw. Okay? 10.5. They got 10.5. I got 11. That looks like 11 to me. I don't know. What do y'all think? Okay, that's fine. Appreciate y'all's input. Okay, not a test question. It's not even a Wimbledon question. This question is a find the area by geometry. Okay, so that's that problem. Next problem. That was a 73. 5.2. Thank God if we hurry up and get to 5.4, 5.5. 5.2, number 18/3. Oh God, this would be great if we could do calculus. I'm going to do calculus. F of x. Of course, they're probably going to mess it up since it's in 5.2. They're probably going to ask you to do it by 5 or 6 different methods. F of x is equal to negative x squared minus 4 from 3 to 7. Now we're going to do it in calculus because that's what's going to be That's what you're going to be tested on. So negative x to the third over 3 minus 4x. Evaluated 3 to 7. I'll just draw that right there and take that out. Okay, dx. Okay, everybody good? And that's going to be negative parentheses cubed over, actually it's going to be inside the parentheses, sorry, over 3 minus 4 times parentheses minus parentheses cubed over 3 minus 4 times parentheses. And that's going to be negative 7 and negative 3. And negative 7 to the third power, I have no idea what that is because that's 21. I don't know, 21 times 7 is going to be 147. Somebody check my math. I don't sound right. What's 21 times 7, or not, 49 times 7, which is going to be 243 or 343? Somebody tell me what 7 to the third power is, please.
343.
343 over 3 minus 28. Well, what's 28 times 3?
84.
Thank you. Minus, that's negative 27 over 3. Minus, again, 84 over 3. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be a 3, dork. That's 12, so that's going to be 36 over 3. Mr. O'Quinn, you awake? You didn't catch that mistake. What's the matter with you? You probably done said it in the conversation when I can't see. All right, so that's going to be negative 43, negative 343 minus 84. What is that going to be? 427. Somebody help me out there. 427 over 3 minus brackets negative. Let's see, that's going to be negative 27 over 3 minus 36, which is going to be negative 63, which is going to be positive 63 over 3. Y'all check my math. And what is 427 plus 63? 427, 63. 442 minus 6 is going to be what, 36? I get negative 364 over 3. Somebody help me out. And that's going to be 1, 2, and let's see, 4 will go in there, or 3 will go into 4 one time. And that'll leave what? 1, 3, 3 repeating. I have no idea. Somebody check me and see if the math is correct. Okay, I'll just do it with a calculator since y'all not going to talk to me.
It's right.
Thank you. Who is that? Since everybody's mad at me, who's that not mad at me?
Woodall.
Thank you, Miss Woodall. I appreciate you talking to me.
You're welcome.
I think everybody's computer is messed up. Or they're just in a pissy mood. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Now, that is by calculus. That is a test question. You can do it on your calculator to check it. Dang, oh, y is equal. Well, turn the damn thing on. Y is equal to negative x squared minus 4. Oh, I hate these new calculators. I hate them. I hate them. Damn Russians. -4. Graph. And there it is. And I'm not going to, well, we could, let me zoom out. And I'm going to put the cursor right in the middle right there. And then I'm going to zoom box. I'm doing this for your benefit. I'm not doing it for mine. And I'm just going to zoom in and get a good piece of the top of that graph. There we go. And I'm going to hit second, calculate f of x, or antiderivative. Lower bound is 3. Upper bound is 7. And that area right there is the area that we just found. Okay. Now, let's talk about, and I put this note, let me see what this says. I'm looking to see what y'all are saying. Training wheels. What are y'all talking about, training wheels? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, first of all, net versus total. Okay, this is a net area. Why is it a net area? Because of the sign. That tells me that there's an area below the what? Below the x-axis. Now, if you want the total area, just take the absolute value of it. Okay? Total area is the absolute value. The net area has a direction on it. That's basically it. That's why if you have a even, if you have an even, I think it's even or odd. Which one? Odd. I think it's odd. If you have an odd function, the net area is always going to equal 0. Somebody check me on that. I think it's always going to equal 0 because it's negative on the y and the x-axis. If you add the two areas together with the signs, you get 0. But if you get the total area, you just drop the negative and add the two together. So total area is what we use in real life. Okay? You get the area of a swamp, which is below sea level, and you get the area of a hilltop, which is above sea level. You get 2 acres in the swamp, 2 acres on the hilltop, you got 4 acres. That's what we use in real life. Net area has the signs with it. And you can actually cancel the areas out with the signs. I hope that helps some of y'all with the net area versus whatever. Now, this question can also be done by Riemann. And I'm going to go ahead and show you one that you can actually do by Riemann. Okay, I'm going to just do one, and I'm going to blow it up real big. So here is the function. And we already drew, we know it's going, oh shoot, hold on. We know it's right here at 2 or 3. I think it's crossing at 3. And it's going down like this. Okay? And they want to know the area between 3 and 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. There's 3. Okay? So if we're going to go with the right, I'm going to go with the midpoint because the midpoint is going to be more accurate. I'm going to show the midpoint. I'm not kidding you. That's a pretty good drawing right there. All right. So we know this function is called, what is it? For negative x squared minus 4. Negative x squared minus 4. I'm going to use the midpoints. So that's going to be 3.5 and 4.5 and 5.5 and 6.5. And the base is 1, so you're really not going to have to worry about it. So let's go ahead and go negative parentheses squared. Actually, it don't matter because the negative is going to, so that's going to be 3.5 times 1 plus, or negative 4, sorry, minus 4 times 1 plus negative 4.5 squared minus 4 times 1 plus negative 5.5 squared minus 4 times 1 plus negative 6.5 squared minus 4 times 1. And that's going to be your area. So if you take, and then we'll do this because I'm not going to ask y'all to do it because y'all not talking to me. So here we go. Clear. And that's going to be negative 3.5. So 3.5 squared. And I'm just going to go ahead and skip the step of multiplying by 1 plus 4.5 squared plus 5.5 squared plus 6.5 squared. Oh, really? I hate these new calculators. I hate them with a passion. Hold on a second, and then when I hit delete, it's going to go backwards. No, it's not. It's a miracle. Yep, there it goes. Sorry, give me a second. Oh my God. There, now can I keep going? Thank you. Plus 5.5 squared plus 6.5 squared equals 105. So if you did the midpoint, you're going to come up with an area of 105. And of course, that negative will play in there. And that's how you do the midpoint. So I'm not going to worry too much about that unless you check the, oh, I didn't minus the 4. Shit. Sorry. I didn't minus the 4. But the whole point is, you know how to do it. You got to minus the 4. I didn't minus the 4. And I may be getting a little bit impatient with these because, good gosh, the overkill is a little bit past the, I mean, 5.1 and 5.2, they could have done taught you how to do the internet, I mean, the antiderivative and everything else. But anyway, I'm sorry. Next one, that's 5.218, so that takes care of 2. 5.523. And this one is another Riemann. So it's f of x is equal to the sine of 2x evaluated pi over 4 to pi. And of course, if you wanted to, you could draw a big, and that's going to be 1, -1, and 1, and that's going to be pi over 2 and pi. And it looks like it's going down and up. And they want you to go from pi over 2 to pi. So they're wanting that area right there. Okay, see ya. Next. So if you wanted to, you could actually do the antiderivative. The antiderivative of the sine is what? Spit it out. Negative what?
Cos.
Negative cosine. So you could actually do negative cosine of 2x, and the derivative of what's inside is 2. So that's going to be evaluated at pi and pi over 4. So -2 brackets cosine of 2 pi minus cosine of 2 times pi over 4. And that's going to give you -2 cosine of 2 pi minus cosine of pi over what? Well, heck, you don't even need a calculator with that. What's the cosine of 2 pi? -2? Or I mean, -1? What's the cosine of, I'm sorry, be +1. What's the cosine of 2 pi? 1, Hubert. Minus the cosine of pi over 2 is 0. Somebody check my trig. -2 times 1, -2. So your net area is -2. If you did it by, but check my trig because I may be off there. Now, of course, if you did it by, forget the trig, and if you did it by Riemann, and I'm only going to do one, I'm going to do the midpoint because the midpoint to me is the most accurate, and nobody's saying anything, so I don't know if, you know, whatever. Okay, so there's the actual sketch. And this is pi over 2. And this is pi. So we got to find delta x. Pi minus pi over 4 over, well, I guess n. Does it say if it wants n to be 4? Yeah. Divided by 4. So that's going to be 4 pi over 4 minus pi over 4 over 4, and that's 3 pi over 4 divided by 4 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 4. I got 3 pi over 16. Somebody check my math and make sure that I did my math right. That should be 3 pi over 16.
That seems right.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Hart. One person out of 15 people. Thank you. I have to keep checking back and forth to make sure that the conversation isn't leaving me out.
I mean, you said you wanted me to stop telling stupid jokes.
I didn't say anything about stupid jokes. I don't know who told you that, but I didn't say anything about jokes. I like interaction. I don't care whether it's goofy jokes or silly jokes or bad jokes. All right, 3 pi over 16 looks like, so we're going to have to add 3 pi over 16, 3 pi over 16, and 3 pi over 16. Okay, so we get that. I'm going to take a well, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and let's divide 3 pi over 6 by 2, and let's go ahead and get that. That's delta x. Okay, 3 pi over 16 divided by 2 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 2, and that'll take, let's see, 3 pi over 32. And I don't think that will help us at all. I don't know why. I feel like these numbers are too big, but y'all said that this 3 pi over 16 is correct.
Based off
Okay.
your math, it looks right.
Say again.
Based off your math, it looks right.
Okay, well, all right, 3 pi over 16, that's 3 pi. That looks awfully big. So if I'm going to add 3 pi over 36,
Yes,
that looks,
I'm sorry, I came in this question halfway through because my doctor decided to call in the
okay,
beginning
fine.
of lecture.
That's fine. So here find that point. You're going to take pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 32, and that just does not look right. Let's see, pi minus pi over 4. Pi minus pi over 4 is going to be 4 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, which is 3 pi over 4. 3 pi over 4 divided by 4 over 1. It just seems like to me it should be smaller than that, but I don't know. And you're going to add that to get that point right there. And then you got to take that point and put it into your sine of 2x to get this point right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the 4 points. So this one's going to be right there. This one's going to be right there. This one's going to be right there. And this one's going to be right there. And you're going to basically, I'm going to write it in there. So that's going to be sine of 2x. So that's going to be 2x. And then we got to multiply that by 3 pi over 16, which is your base. That's 3 pi over 16. And you're going to multiply that by each one of these points. And the first one is pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 32. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the calculator and we're going to type in sine of 2x. So y is equal to the sine of 2x, sine of 2x and parentheses and delete, 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 and it goes backwards like a backspace. And then you hit delete and it don't go backwards. But you hit delete here and it goes backwards. Well, now it don't. 2x, parentheses, graph, and of course, zoom standard. Or zoom quadrant 1. And no, not quadrant 1, zoom standard. Zoom 6. Well, let's do a zoom fit or zoom 0. Whatever. And we're going to go second, calculate. Lower limit is going to be pi over, I done lost it, pi over 4. So second, pi divided by 4. Enter. And the upper limit is going to be pi. Enter. There it is. Negative 0.5. That's the net. So you're going to get around negative 0.5, whichever one of those. I got negative 2, but I got the bottom. I didn't do the top. All right, next, we're going to go to, let's see, that'll take care of that one. That's 23. Got two 23s. 34. I'm going to go down. I think this one is next. Y'all about to reaming me out. Thank God. The fundamental theorem of calculus. Thank God.
That joke.
Say again? What?
You're reaming me out. Oh my God.
Well, I'm sorry. That was, no, I'm just, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just.
That was funny though. Like
I ain't never seen a book. I've never seen a
You're
calculus. I've never seen a calculus book spend 2 entire sections on geometry and Riemann. I've never seen a calculus book do that. So I'm sorry. Anyway, usually it's just one section.
Not.
Say again?
It was a good math joke, whether you meant it or not.
I know. I appreciate it. All right. This one is an actual test question. We've gone 3 sections. We got into the first test question. All right. Use the fundamental theorem of calculus to evaluate the following definite integral. Now, before you even start, we'll go ahead and write it down. It'll be, let me go ahead and, let's see, get this down a little bit. Antiderivative from 0 to the square root of 2 over 2 of 3dx, and you can rewrite it as 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. And let's say that you're thinking you might have to use substitution. Okay, blank 3dx and put a blank there. Now, I can tell you, you're not going to have to use substitution because of the 1 minus x squared. But anyway, let's say that you're not very sure about your integration. Let's say you go, okay, well, let's use substitution. U is equal to negative x squared plus 1. Du would equal negative 2x dx. Well, we have this, and you're not going to multiply by x. So this means in red, no what? No way. So you're not going to do substitution. So at that point, you know it's too complicated for the power rule. So that means that you've got to move toward what? Your trigonometric functions. Okay? First thing I would do is I would bring the 3 outside. Okay? I would bring the 3 outside, and I would do 3 antiderivative from 0 to square root of 2 over 2 of 1 over 1 minus x squared dx. Now, whenever you're dealing with trig, whenever you're dealing with the trig values, especially just regular trig, okay, then you might want to rewrite this right here. And I'm going to highlight this, and you need to rewrite those 2 right there. And when you rewrite them, you're going to get 3 antiderivative from 0 to the square root of 2 over 2 of 1 over the square root of 1 squared minus x squared. And at this point, you know that a is equal to 1 and x is equal to x. Okay, you know that because whatever's in this spot in the parentheses here, that's a, and whatever's in this spot, and I hate when they use the same variable, but that would be x. Okay, so here's the 2 numbers that you need, or the 2 things that you need right there. Now, all you have to do now is get your cheat sheet with your inverse trig functions. Cheat sheet for inverse trig, and look for the square root of a squared minus x squared. And you're going to find that that is the arc sine. So all of this goes down to 3 arc sine of x over 1, which would be x over a, which is equal to 3 inverse sine of x, evaluated at 0 and square root of 2 over 2. This right here is the setup. Now, of course, you can do the rest of it in your calculator. And for those of you that don't know, the square root of 2 over 2, that's going to be, yeah, if you plug that in, yeah, and that's going to be 0. You're going to get 3 pi over 4. This is a test question. So thank you, whoever sent that question. Thank you for finally sending a question that's not rhyming.
I just gave up on the rhyme and stuff, and I'm gonna accept my poor grades and wanted to actually try on stuff I knew would be.
Well, the rhyming is not that hard. The rhyming is tedious and long because you have to, I think most of them, does most of your homework questions ask you to do right, left, and midpoint?
It asked all kinds of stuff, so I just accepted my like 65 and went on to 5.3.
Okay. Well, I might help everybody out on that homework.
I was spending too much time on the Rymans that I couldn't get the other stuff done, so I said.
Amen. Amen. I feel the same way. So if I had my choice, I'd like to go back and just take 5.1 and 5.2 off the homework.
I'd be very pleased with that because my
Well,
grades would be better.
Yeah,
and
but I gotta,
3
I'll
to
look at
5.
everybody's grade on 5.1 and 5.2, and I'll adjust it according to what everybody's doing. But I can't do that until after the due date. I can't look at it until after the due date.
Fair enough.
All right, here's another one. Here's another test question. And that's this one. Take that one out. 67/16. No, that's not it. Hold on. That's not the one I got right here, but I like it. It's a test question. We can do it right quick. I don't know where this one came from, but it must be one that was sent yesterday or the day before. F of x is equal to x squared minus 35. And we're going from 2 to 3. Find the area of the region bounded by the graph. Okay, so I know that we know the parent graphs, and we know that this graph is the y-intercept is negative 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And we know it's going upward. And we know that it wants 2 to 3. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than, so there's 2. And there's 3. So it looks like to me, that's what they're wanting. So you can do it by the integration. So that's going to be antiderivative of x squared minus 35 dx, which is equal to x to the third over 3 minus 35x, evaluated at 2 and 3. This is a very good test question. This is a very good question to see how to do antiderivatives or integrals, definite integrals. So that's going to be parentheses. We'll just take this up here. And this is the setup right here. So make sure you write this as setup. Parentheses cubed over 3 minus 35 times parentheses minus parentheses cubed over 3 minus 3 times parentheses. And I'm going to put a 2 here, and I'm going to put a 3 here. So that's going to be 27. 3 times 3 is 9. That's going to be 27 over 3, which is 9. Minus 9. Y'all check my math, please. Minus parentheses. Well, this is going to be 2. That's 8 thirds. Minus, that's going to be 6. I'm going to put 6 right here, which is 3 times 6 is what? 18 thirds? Somebody check my math. And that's going to be 0 minus a negative 26 thirds. And that's going to be 26 thirds. That should be your answer. Nope. They got 86 thirds, so I must have done something wrong in my math. I didn't get 524. So let's see what I did wrong in my math. And that's probably the exponents. 3 to the third.
You put 3 instead of a 35. Says
Where?
Woodall.
Oh, that's it. Thank you, Woodall. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, that's how you do it. Plug and chug into the math. And like I said, some of the homework and some of the test questions will just ask for the setup. So 35 times, that's going to be 0 minus 35 times 3 is what, 105? So that's going to be 105. So that's a negative 105. And then 35 times 2 is 70. And 70 is going to be 210 over 3. And 8 minus 210 is going to be negative 202. And negative 105 would be right here, but we've got to do I'm trying to do 105, 105, that'd be 315. I still got something wrong. 35 times 3 is 105. 35 times 2 is 70. So I think I've got something wrong in there. I need to redo it, but that's a good problem. That's a good test question. So that's number 67. Number 75/11. Okay, we ain't ready for that one yet. We're going to wait on that one because I'll do that one tomorrow. I'm not going to do that one right now. That's freaking, why is that one even in this section? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go over the questions. I'm not going to delete that one. That was 75. 85. Shouldn't even be there. Okay, there might be some I might give y'all points for because it shouldn't be there. I'm going to move on to 5.4. 5.4, 18, 2. 5.4, 18, 2. There we go. Use symmetry. This is a test question. Use symmetry to evaluate the following. Now, first of all, is it odd or even? Well, it's odd. Okay, so you know the answer is going to be 0, but that ain't what we're going to do. I'm going to do total area because that's what's important. Total area. Total area is going to be 2 times parentheses from 0 to pi of 9 sine x dx. Now the net area is 0. That might be the answer they're asking for. It says use symmetry to evaluate the following integral. And this is an odd integral. This is an odd function, so the answer is going to be 0 for net area. Bring the 9 out. 9 times 2 is 18. From 0 to pi, sine of x dx. What is the antiderivative of the sine? I'm asking y'all.
The what? The
It's just right there in
antiderivative
front
of
of you.
sine?
Antiderivative of the sine. You look at your cheat sheet.
Negative cosine?
Yep. 18 times the negative cosine of x evaluated at 0 and pi. Is that pi or 11?
It's pi.
Okay. And that's going to be 18 brackets negative cosine of pi minus bracket negative cosine of 0. And cosine of pi is what? -1? Somebody check me. That's going to be 18 times -1. Well, -1 with that negative would be a +1. Somebody check me. And then that's going to be cosine of 0. Well, the cosine of 0 is -1. Heck, that's going to come out to be 0. So it does come out to be 0. -1, which is 0, which is 18 times 0, which is 0.
Your mouse is on a tab that's making it where we can't
Sorry.
see that. Thank you.
I think I need to change my water with vodka.
Me too.
Okay, next one. Next one is a test question. Well, let me get it on the mail. Delete. Antiderivative from -pi/6 to pi/6 of 4 secant squared x dx. Let me check this answer that I got. Go ahead and work on that. I got 4.62, but I don't, the book 8 divided by square root of 3, 1.7. Or is it 1.57? Let me just do square root of 3. 3 raised to the 0.5 power. Yeah, I got it. 4.62. All right, so here you can bring the 4 out. Sorry. So that's going to be 4, and then multiply by 2 because I'm going to go from 0 to pi/6. Secant squared x dx. Look on your cheat sheet because this one's easy. What's the antiderivative of secant squared? Tangent, Hubert. That's right, class. Thank y'all for interacting.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if it's because I'm behind trying to catch up. On that last one that we just did, was it sine and then we asked for antiderivative and you wrote negative cosine? Because I thought
Well,
that was
that's
the derivative of sine.
The derivative of the sine is the cosine. Derivative
Yes,
of
you're
the
right.
derivative of the
You're
cosine is a negative sine. So the antiderivative of the sine is the negative cosine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's why you need to check your cheat sheet, because I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be in Calculus 3 one day, and somebody's going to ask you the derivative of the cosine, and you're going to think it's the integral. Okay? Those two, the sine and the cosine, you need to have a cheat sheet in front of you, because sometimes they can be, I mean, to this day, I will be doing a problem, and I'll say the antiderivative of the cosine, and I actually have to think, because you can get them confused. But check your cheat sheet. I gave y'all a cheat sheet, didn't I?
Yeah. It's in the Teams files.
Okay, I thought so. Antiderivative of the sine is the negative cosine. That cheat sheet's important. Make sure you have it. So what is the antiderivative of the secant squared? It should be the tangent. And that's going to be 8 bracket tan of pi over 6 minus the tan of 0. I'm sorry, that's supposed to be a 0, not theta. And I come out, when I did the calculator, I came out with 4.62. I just did it in a calculator. And that's your answer. Now, of course, they don't want 4.62. They want the square root of, I think I said that would be the square, 8 over the square root of 3, I think. 8 divided by, I think it's the square root of 3. Yep. Now, the reason I like this test question is because it's what? Short and what? Sweet. Short and sweet. Let's see what this one is. 24. So let me delete that one. That means I went over that one. 5, 4, 24. Hopefully we'll get some of my questions eventually. I've never seen this one before. But we can do it. I've never seen it before, but we can do it, I guess. Yeah, this is one that was sent to me after I'd done the little question, so I don't know how this one's 0 to 2. 0 to 2. Well, you first of all, I better come back to this one. I'm gonna come back to this one. I want to move on down. 5.429 slash that one. I haven't done that one. These I have. 5.4522 slash 11. This should be 1 over 5x minus 6. Yeah. Finally, another test question. Antiderivative. This is substitution. So you should be able to knock this one out real easy. Antiderivative of 1 over 5x minus 6 dx. I'm going to rewrite it. Blank. Antiderivative 1 over 5x minus 6 blank dx. U is equal to 5x minus 6. Du is equal to 5 dx. So I got to put a 5 here, and I got to put a what out front? 1/5. So now I have 1/5 antiderivative of 5 dx over 5x minus 6, which if you crank this out, you're going to get 1/5 antiderivative of du over what? And look at your cheat sheet and tell me what is the antiderivative of du over u?
Is that supposed to be ln?
Yeah. What is the antiderivative of du over u?
ln u?
The natural log of u. Thank you, Miss Hart. Appreciate you bringing that up. So that will be 1/5 natural log of u, which is, what is u? 5x minus 6, Hubert. I didn't see any numbers, so I always put that plus c if I don't see any numbers. That is a very good test question on substitution. Oh, this next one is a good test question. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I'm trying to hurry. Oh, we're already out of time. Okay, so that's going to leave us with some more to do. Hold on. What number was that? I think that was this one. So I can delete it. Yeah, 5.522. 5. Dadgum, I just did it again. 5.5, number 22. 5.5, number 22. Okay, so we'll just keep going, and the ones that are dark, I'll try to get those in tomorrow. Okay. All righty. So let me pull up the these dadgum rhyming's about to fry my brain. All right.
Mine too.
So let me pull up the I'm looking to cut off that and turn it back to that, and go here and go to faculty, and it logs me out. And attendance. Okay, I'll do it later. Forget it. I'm not gonna worry about it. If I can't depend on the dadgum stuff to do it, I'm not gonna take the roll. So y'all have a good day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, you too.
See ya.